It is now time for the Grand Finals of the MGO World Championship 2008 Clan Final between WiN of North America and Team RITA of Japan. Let's look at the roster rundown. Starting off on the blue team, Konami roster rundown with RITA. We have Finch, Kodak, Tad, In This World, Rosenkreuz, and Nero 310. And for WiN, we have Hachi Syndrome, Honkie, COOLIO, Solid Snake, Heaven, and Respect. The game type is going to be Cap, and the map is going to be Groznyj Grad. As the objective of Cap, if you guys are unfamiliar with this game type, is to grab either or both of the targets, being the Gakko, also known as the Duck, or the Karotan, also known as the Frog, to your base to count down the tickets to 0 as you start off with 30 in under 7 minutes. Now, if the time does run out, whoever has the less tickets will be able to win the game. Not the more, now this time it's whoever has the less, because you have to count it down to 0 for your team to win. Now, like I just remind you guys, Gakko is the Duck and Karotan is the Frog. Now, looking at the scoreboard here, we have already 1 minute gone down. It is still 30 to 30 as we're following right now COOLIO, that does have the Gakko on his head as he's trying to bring it back towards his target. He's getting some backup from two of his teammates as he's crossing towards the main street, but he gets picked off there on that main road, so that target is down. The blue frog, though, the frog for the blue team, should I say, is still up. Karotan is still up now for Team RITA as they're waiting to bring it back towards their target. They're actually really close towards their zone. As here we go, we're starting to count it down here for the blue team, but he gets picked off right away. Rosenkreuz just dropped it as he gets picked off by Hachi Syndrome. Meanwhile, the Duck, though, is also taken by Team RITA and is also making his way back towards that zone. Now we're going to follow In This World, going to launch some stun grenades above that wall with one of his teammates. That is the one that does have that Duck. So Finch right now, the one that does have Gakko, is capping it at his zone. While here we have In This World playing the defense as he's going head-to-head against his opponent on the side hallway. He does get him down as it is now 30 to 19 in favor of Team RITA. Both targets now taken, but the red team still cannot bring the Frog back to their zone as they're following Solid Snake as he gets owned by a grenade here, courtesy of Rosenkreuz, and the counter is still going down now for the blue team. Now they actually have both of them. If they bring both of them back towards their zone, the timer is going to double down. So it's going to be a faster countdown as the Frog is still very far. The Duck is still hanging out, though, at their zone. As we're following Rosenkreuz right now with Karotan, as we attempted to bring Gakko outside from the blue zone and back towards our red base. But to no avail, he gets picked off at the main street. Karotan is now picked up, though, for the blue team of WiN, as we're in the eyes of Heaven now. Heaven with the Karotan is trying to make it back inside the hallway and try to come back towards the corner. 3:50 left on the clock, and it's still 30 to 5 in favor of the blue team of Team RITA. So WiN still looking to get the first point here in this match. As we're still following Heaven as he turns around the corner here. He's ambushed by two guys and taken down. Karotan is now going to come in possession of Team RITA, as we do have Ashley Gakko back at the blue base. Now he gets picked up. Gakko is picked up now by the red team, by Solid Snake, who's trying to run away. We only need one more ticket to make it back to the base to get the victory here for Team RITA, as we're following Rosenkreuz right now, the one with Karotan, who's making back towards the broken wall. He's right next to his zone. He's going to prone towards the floor, and that he's under attack, but nonetheless, he is able to capture that round. Enemy was just on the other side to prevent him, or at least try to prevent him to cap that last ticket, but to no avail. The first point will go to Team RITA, as this is the Grand Finals of the MGO World Championship 2008 here at the Tokyo Game Show, as now we have switched sides. Both teams will just have to run in a straight line here to capture either or the Gakko or the Karotan, sorry. So now the blue team here, RITA, has grabbed the Frog, which is the Karotan, while the red team has grabbed Gakko. Tad with the Karotan trying to make back towards his zone, towards his base. One thing that's effective right now here would be the grenades for this map and also the RPG, as we see one of the guys on the top of the roof to try to get some splash damage, because as you eat a grenade, you actually get blown away. You don't maybe not die, but you actually drop your target. But now it looks like it's going to be WIN that gets the early advantage in this matchup as they're counting down the Gakko at their zone. We are in the eyes of Honkie right now, under attack, and he gets picked off, but he was still able to capture 12 tickets now for the team. Blue team now slowly counting down that ticket. It is 18 to 25 now, as it is still ticking down. 6 on the clock now, as now both targets have actually made it to either zone. So that means that, for instance, if the red team now, Heaven and the rest of the guys in WIN were able to bring Gakko back in their zone, while the other team, RITA, was able to bring Karatan back in their zone, well, basically the tickets will reset and it's up to a whole new game, but this time with less time. We have 5:35 left on the clock, as Heaven does have Karatan, is making his way up the stairs here inside the building as he's trying to make it back to his zone. Right now, so far so good. He's not under any attack so far, as he does spot the first guy inside the warehouse, but he does get the frag inside the tug room. Now he's just around the corner. He's going head-to-head against Nero 310. He gets the kill onto that as well, and he's going for a third one. Great job by Heaven, dropping 3 guys, trying to keep things alive here for WIN. And he's going to run through the doorway very close to his zone now. Just around the corner if he jumps across this broken wall. But we just saw an RPG whiff right next to him, as he's trying to avoid these rockets from the second floor building. He comes around the corner by the broken wall. Enemy spotted right now. Tad, meanwhile, has dropped the target. And Heaven, there you go, gets picked off here by Finch, and he drops Karatan. As now both teams have picked up the target on either sides, and they're going to have to try to run back towards their base. Now we got 4:30 on the clock. Heaven under attack on the main street. 1v1 situation here as his enemy retreats inside the warehouse on that main street. But then he gets flanked and picked off here courtesy of In This World. Now Solid Snake has dropped the objective. Karatan is still up though for Team RITA. As he's running right now, we're following Finch, the one that has the Karatan. He's running inside his zone now, and it's going to start counting down. Now he's going to lob some grenades here to prevent the red team from coming inside and picking him off. As he's also by himself, he doesn't have much defense going on. He's bobbing and weaving right now, but he still has Karatan on his head, and is still counting that clock down. He's at 18. It is 30 to 18 in favor of Team RITA, the winners of the first map. Now he eats that nade. He's still alive, though, and the target has been dropped, but he's under attack, and Solid Snake is going to pick him off. Now they have both targets. We're slowly counting it down here on the Gakko for the red team, but he gets easily picked off, and now it's going to be In This World that grabs Gakko, and that's going to try to bring it back towards his zone. So 28 to 18. 3:23 left on the clock, as Honkie is the one that has Karatan moving back on the main street. He does have one of his teammates to assist him now, as they're going to head through the doorway and take the back way through the broken wall to try to recapture this in their zone. Now enemy spotted and sighted at long range here. 2v1 situation, and to take them both down. That was Rose and Crows, sorry. It looks like we have both objectives now for the red team of WIN. This might come in their favor here. They're able to have that double cap here onto their zone to count down that timer a lot quicker for their tickets. 2:44 left on the clock. We're playing aggressive defense right now for the red team. As grenades going left and right. We're still alive though for Honkie, who should be able to pick up the objective. He's just going to wait around the corner, bait out the enemies first, and he spots him here, but he whiffs all of his shots. Runs out of bullets here, so he's reloading around the corner, and he's going to get pushed in. He gets the first frag, though, onto Nero 310, and he's looking for his opponent that's running away with the frog. Once again, he reloaded his gun, as he could have had that flank onto his opponent, but missed. And now both targets are making their way back towards their base. Now it looks like Gakko has been dropped off towards around the corner, though, as it is now going to come back into possession of WIN, courtesy of Hachi Syndrome. Now In This World, though, is going to kill Hachi Syndrome, and the objective will fall. Meanwhile, Solid Snake does have the frog, and finally Karatan drops. It is still 28 to 18, as we have 1:45 left on the clock. In This World on the main street, hiding behind the pillars, is going to get the frag here with his teammate onto his opponent. Now we're going to switch back here to Tad. That does have Keratin on his head. Going for a close range battle here, 2v2 situation. They do get the frag, exchange of kills here. They're trying to push in towards the warehouse as well. They do get that kill. Tad is trying to move up. He does get a frag as well onto Solid Snake with the M4 as he's making back towards the zone. That whole hold by the red team was totally denied here by Team RITA. As now grenades are being lobbed towards the base as well. Tan is looking to avoid them right now. He's being flashed at the same time. He gets picked off and killed by Hachi Syndrome with the headshot, but Godot is still up. Red team is trying to push in and try to get this back. Now both targets are on it. It's counting down very fast, as you can see, as I was mentioning before. It's at 6. It's at 5. It's at 4 away here for Team RITA to win this matchup. It's at 3 now. As we were following Tan, try to make it back towards his base as they grab both Gakko and Keratin. And that is it. Blue team have won. Team RITA has won this in 2 maps over Team WiN, and the Japanese team will be crowned the champions of the MGO World Championship 2008 Clan Final, defeating WiN in Capture, defeating Team King of Kings and Team Deathmatch, and then winning against Team Razzle Dazzle Unit in base in round number 1. Congratulations for Team RITA there, winning this at the Tokyo Game Show live in Japan. As a nice try for every other team, you've listened to Alex Van Silliwen, and that is going to be it for the Clan Final.